what is training and development. Okay, before that, we will go and try to understand what is training. Okay, what is training? There are different theories are connected there are different definitions given by different people. They have defined what is training about. Okay, Armstrong, this is one of the great thinker. He has written so many principles connected with human resource management theories and all. So he has defined what is training about. Training basically is defined to promote learning. Yeah, through the training we are going to learn, right? Promote learning through the application of systematic and planned instructions activities. So training is a systematic and planned activities through which a person learns. Okay, so training is a systematic and planned activity through which people are learning. Okay, this is what he says. And another guy called, he has defined training, again he says, connected with the learning activity, as Armstrong said, for acquiring specific knowledge skills to carry out the task. So now he is specifying why we learn things, especially the knowledge and skills, in order to carry out the task. Yeah, that is also important subject we are going to cover under this training. So learning, skills and knowledge in order to carry out the task. Okay, again another guy, Pines, he mentions about the training and development. It is connected with knowledge, skills and attitudes of employees for particular job expected to be changed. So an employee who is working in an organization, he has to change himself through the skills, knowledge, attitude he got through the training. So training is facilitating things connected with the person who learn new things, connect his skills, knowledge, attitudes and all. Yeah. And Armstrong, again, he says systematic planned instructions, what it means. This is what promoting learning through training. This is promoted through learning. Learning will help you to get that. So learner-based training should be given to the employee. Okay, Reynolds, he defines training plays a complementary role in accelerating learning. So everything, training is connected with learning. And Crossman, he defines training and development could align the efforts with organizational goal. This is important. Employee motivation and performance. So if a person gets a training, he should have motivations. He should perform well. At the same time, whatever he gets, all the information should align, yeah, with the organizational goal. Why? In order to obtain improved performance and productivity. So the person should have improved performance and productivity. So everything should be connected with training. So training basically connects the learning. What are the things the people who are going to learn? Knowledge, skills and attitude, which should contribute to the organizational goal. The person, as a result of the training, the person's performance should be increased, and should be created by the organizations when the people who are recruited. So there are different types of training. We will go and learn those things. What is the importance of the training? Why we have to have training? So we will learn everything in detail. But first of all, we have to understand what is training about. So from these definitions given by these people, we can come to know that training is a learning process through which an employee learns the new skills, knowledge, and attitude change is expected. At the same time, because of the training he gets, the performance should be improved and also productivity should be improved. As a result, the organizational goal should be achieved. So have you understood the principles of training? What is the training about? And up to here, the definition, from the definition. Any questions here? This is theory, basically, we are discussing. Any questions, Arsalan?
No questions. Thank you.
No questions. Yeah, Azim? So can I ask a questions? Can I ask a question to whom can I ask? Yeah, I will ask Salwa. Are you in a position to answer me, Salwa?
Why not?
Can you answer? Yeah, it's okay. Because I know that you are working in the busiest stations, but I heard that. So if you don't mind, could you please answer me? Yeah. Why training is important? From this definition, can you explain us? Yeah. Talking myself, I would like to hear from you all. From your understanding, could you please share with them what you understood?
We want the person to perform well, to perform as per the expectations set by the company. That's why we need to give an information to the person via the training. And then, of course, we will check if the person is good. And then later, we can see if they are performing well, the training was successful or not. So the goal for the training is that people are ready to perform the task given to them in a way that is satisfactory. I think
Yeah, you're right. So the purpose of the training is to empower the employee. Yeah, empower the employee. Why we want to empower the employee? He has to perform. Yeah, he has to perform well in the station he is assigned. In the job he is already been given. The role he has been expected. So in order to build the competencies connected with the competencies, in a sense, the knowledge, skills, attitude expected to perform in a position he is expected to perform. Yeah, he expected. So training will favor in building those competencies. Yeah, training is the process of learning. Okay, thank you, Salva. So very good answer. Okay, in order to achieve the competitive environment, organization must ensure that they have the right number of the staff with appropriate skills in the right jobs. You know these things. So if you are going to hire the people, they should be performing in they have to do the right job as expected with appropriate skills. Yeah, then only there is a possibility for achieving the competitive advantage. So we have to create that environment in the organization so that employees are competent. Yeah, they have to perform in a way we have to achieve. The organization have to achieve the competitive advantage. Yeah, that's very important. Organization must ensure that there are no skill gaps. which will hinder in the meeting and organizational goals and objectives. That is also important one. An organization should focus on. When we hire people, sometimes there are gaps, skill gaps are there. Yeah. So training will favor or facilitate the person to bridge the gap, so minimize the gap, so that the person can perform well in the station he is assigned. So training will help, definitely. So this will help to achieve or meet up the organizational goals and objectives set. Well-trained staff will help the organizations to grow and prosper, right? So managers need to ensure that staff are trained appropriately. So when the people are hired, definitely there's a training. What is the training we give, the HR? What is the first training we have to give? Anybody here? What is the first training we give? Induction training. So that's what orientation training. Yeah. They will give the company orientation, right? Am I right? Salva?
Yes.
The organization HR will give company orientation training. So at the training, what is the book they will give? They will give a book. What is that book?
Company handbook or policy.
Yeah, that is what we call employee handbook. Yeah. McDonald's, they are giving crew handbook. Yeah, because basically they are hiring people as a crew handbook. So employee handbook. In that handbook, all the details are written, connected with the organizations and the rules and regulations, laws, everything, the leaves, medical, what are the facilities, compensations, benefits he is going to get under that organizations, whatever the things are there, so everything is almost written there. So in a crew handbook, or we can say employee handbook. So HR will give brief introductions, basically what is the company about, what is the vision, mission, goal, objective, so how many staffs are there, what are the branches are in the certain location, and what is the organizational culture, what are the nationalities we are having, so what are the laws and regulations, what are the benefits and all, everything should be discussed. Am I right? So need of training. Fine says job analysis, yeah, which should be done prior to need assessment. So find out knowledge, skills, abilities, and characters such as motivations, essential to do the jobs effectively. So if we have the training, then we can understand through the training, we can abilities. Yeah, if we do a need analysis, we can easily understand what are the knowledge, what are the skills, what are the abilities, and the motivations for the employee who has to be given in order to perform in the organizations. Yeah, so that he contributes to the organization, let the organizations become in a competitive advantage. Okay, and also Benabu. So this guy, he says improvement of the business results are connected with well-designed training programs. If the training programs are well-designed with what the employee should get through the training, if it is well-designed, definitely there will be a business, the results of the business will be improved. Okay, as a result, return on investment of the organization will be increased considerably. So the training is going to contribute on return on investment. Yeah. So as a result, we need to have training. And also, Garavan, he said that an employee who doesn't have an early training, definitely this will affect employee performance. Do you agree this, the last one? Early training, if it is not given, it will affect employee performance. Anybody here? Azim? Yeah, I will ask directly. Azim, what do you say about this? Early training. What is the connection with the early training and employee performance? Do you think, is there any connection?
Early training in the sense?
Early training, that is when the people who are hired, if they are not given the station training. So, for example, a person who's hired for cashier, if he is not given a training in the cashiering station, if he let the person to perform in the cashier station, directly hand over the station, what will happen? So this is what I asked. So early training means that what?
Yeah, this will definitely affect the performance of the employee.
Performance of the What, how it will affect? Can you tell me in your understanding?
He will not understand the correct, the function of the job.
Functions
so
of
it will,
the job.
It will be. So once he get the training, he will do the job very well.
There are job
As from
specifications, there are job expectations, job description, job role. Already is expected in each stations. Okay, certain things. So there are certain culture in the organization. Am I right? There are certain culture. So there are certain the procedures are expected. For example, if a person works in McDonald's, I always point McDonald's because the service industry, the people who are trained in the front counter service, they will be appointed, they will put in the service area, they have to perform well. Otherwise, what will happen? It will impact in the business because the customers who are coming, but they are not happy if the person is not treating the customer well, because he is the one going to face the customer directly. Okay, so station training is vital. If the person is not properly trained for taking the order, handling customers' request, especially handling cash policies, there are certain things connected with, right? Proper communications, greeting the customers and taking order properly, impress the customer who are coming. So there are certain things who is not that much familiar maybe in the previous job.
Because job roles and functions will be different to the companies to companies.
Some companies who are not much concerned about it, but there are certain companies who are very much concerned on certain things like cash policies, customer complaint. They are very sensitive. So those organizations will handle these kind of things more seriously. That's why early training is vital. Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Fine. So need of the training. Do you understand? Now we have some kind of what do you call proof that we need training. So anybody wants to say something here? Okay. Another point is employees sharpen their skills, change their attitudes and behavior through the learning process. So if we give a training, definitely he has been sharpened. What are the areas? His skills, knowledge, attitude and behavior through the learning process. It's a continuous process. The knowledge gained through the training, definitely increase his performance. Yeah, that's why training is vital. Training is very crucial. Yeah. So do we have the idea about what is training, why we need training? So we have 2 subjects now until now we discussed. Okay, clear. So training, why we discussed already, why we need, why employees need to be trained. It is vital that employees are constantly developing in order to meet the organization vision, goal, objective, target, yeah, monthly target. So they should know what organization expects. So training will help. And career development opportunities for employees when they are learn new skills and knowledge. Definitely, this will help them to get and improve the job performance. When skill gaps arises, definitely there is a need for training. So if the person wants to develop certain skills, he has to be trained. Otherwise, we can't keep that employee perform as expected in the organization. Yeah. There are some technologies. Yeah, someone told me that. Yeah, there are some technological changes. Yes, Vasundhara, I think, told this. Yeah, if there are some changes in the technology, definitely those changes has to be addressed. So the organization should bring more training. Organizations will give training, especially if there are new software or new machineries or equipments introduced in the system, introduced in the operations. At the time, there should be a training. You know, in the organization like McDonald's, I can again say, if they are going to launch new product, new offer, new system, for example, in some countries, there is no rice. In some countries, there is burgers only. Like India, if you go to India, McDonald's, earlier at the beginning, they had only beef burgers, right? Now, they changed that. When at the beginning, they opened McDonald's, then the sale was very down because beef is not much preferred by the people and they are against to that. So vegetarians are more. So the product is changed into from beef to veggie. So vegetable products they promoted. They have made mostly the vegetable things, right? So the people who are hired, who knows about the product, if they are going to launch a new product at the time, definitely the training, product training should be given. So training is vital at this time. Yeah. How to identify employee training needs? Training must be conducted while keeping the organization vision and mission in mind. As I said already, this I discussed. Considering the current employee skill level and determining the types of the training employee need should be considered, and discuss skills with employees like interview, questionnaire, online tool, skill audit, and observation. These are the things we have to use and through which we can understand what is the skill gap, what are the area he needs to be trained. So this should be understood. Examine the most suitable training that will benefit the employees. What are the training has to be given in order to benefit, get employee benefited, and training must be measured to determine the success. We have to give all the training. The training should align with the organizational goal. And as a result of the training, the employees motivated, employees performance increased. As a result, organizational performance should be increased. Yeah, this should be considered. Identify employees need is important. And when we set up the training, we have to identify what is the need of the employee. So what exactly the employee need for the training? What is the need? What are the needs are there for training these employees? This should be identified when we start to train. Yeah. So it's important to offer the training to employees depending on their needs, and organization must make sure that there are no skills or qualification gaps. The gaps is the focus. Yeah, we have to find what is the gap. So organization should think about it, and continuous training is important. So we have to train continuously. This will help the employees step by. He can get things. He can learn things step by step continuously in order to become more efficient in the job, right? And this will help the organizational effectiveness. So in order to achieve the objectives of organizations. Okay. Now we already discussed why we need training, what is training. So those concepts we have discussed. How to analyze the training. Training needs, so how to analyze. Yeah, organizations are constantly changing and adapting in order to meet the demands from customers' environment. In the environment, you can see there are certain changes coming, and customers' needs and wants, demands, and their problems are changing. So according to the change, there should be a different things to be introduced. Yeah, there are certain changes will happen in the organization. So training will help in order to learn. So let the people to learn. So constantly, if there are changes on the environment and from the customer side, training will help let the people to learn, and will give opportunity for learning. And there's a great demand placed in an organization to deliver training and learning events which encourage continuous development opportunities. At the same time, in order to design the training events, employee needs must be analyzed, as we discussed already, and assess suitable training programs. What is the training program is important for the employee, that has to be given, okay, which has to be considered when we analyze the need of the training. Okay, fine. We almost discussed those things. Training needs must be evaluated according to organizational objectives. So profitability, cost, effective and quality service, survival and growth of business, and employee loyalty. These are the things has to be considered when after the training. Yeah, as a result of the training, what we need, there should be what? Employee loyalty should be increased. Yeah, the business should grow, and cost effective and quality service should be improved, and also profitability should be increased. Yeah, why the employee should perform productively, so he will reduce the cost and generate more revenue. So training will make things happen. So if it is a proper training given, we can see these things. Profitability will be increased, and there will be cost effectiveness and quality service, and the survival and the growth of the organization we can see, and employees will be loyal, and they will perform, and they will be more loyal to the organization. As a result, they will perform well, and which help this in order to increase or enhance the corporate image. So the organization will have certain, because of the training system, the organization will come up. Do you know the success of McDonald's? Who can say what is the success of McDonald's? Anybody?
Yes.
Yeah, Salva, what is the success of McDonald's?
I think it is a consistency in everything they do. So it's like they follow the same thing, the same standards, the same procedure, the same quality of food. So consistency in all kind of services. So everywhere you go in any country,
how they maintain the consistency in their business?
with the continuous trainings, that's the first thing. And then of course they need to go for not exams, but they have to go for like audits, something like that, just to check
training
on
in a sense, not exam. Yeah, you know, when the people who are hired, to the station, so they will be trained in each station. Yeah, and if the person is trained, hired for one station, he will be there. There will be a trainer. There will be a trainer assigned first, and the trainer will take him until 6 months. Yeah, he will be with him. So continuously, he will train all the stations, right? You know, most of the situations, when suddenly people leave the organization, what will happen? What will happen? The training, the people who got, when they leave suddenly, what will happen? Then there will be problem. That's why continuously people will be trained, and these people will be developed. Yeah, from crew, for example, the person who enter into the organization as a crew, he will be promoted as a crew trainer. Then he will be promoted as a crew chief. Yeah, in the organization, the role he plays will be different after a certain period. At the beginning, he will be trained one station. For example, if he is trained in the kitchen area, then he will be moved to the lobby area. Then he will move to the front counter service area. So if he has completed all the area, all the station training, and if he is a person can perform independently in each station without anyone's support, like a trainer's support, then he will be given a chance to train other people. So what he learned, he will share with others. He will be promoted as a trainer. So morally, he will get, we will learn about the reward system. So at the time we can see this. There are tangible rewards are there, intangible rewards are there. When let the people engage in something and giving opportunities for responsibility, handing over responsibilities is one of the motivation that we are giving to the employee. So yeah, for the crew trainer, he is not going to get any additional allowances. He will act as a crew trainer, but he will train. He will impart his knowledge. Whatever the knowledge skills he got, he will share to the people who are coming new. So there is a responsibility given. As a result, he will perform well. At the same time, he will involve in the business. He will engage. So engagement will be increased. So training is vital. Because of these things, McDonald's is surviving. Wherever they go, they don't worry about the people. They will get the people and let the people, they will put the people under the training, and through the training, they develop people. Because of the training system, they are in the business and flourishing. Whatever the changes are happening, everything will be connected and given through the training. All kinds of trainings are established. So most of the organization, we can see, if they miss this training system, definitely there will be gap, skill gap, knowledge gap, attitudes and behavior. There will be lots of problems. So the organization will suffer. So they can't bring people. So in McDonald's, there is a certain, the people who are connected with the business directly and the management. So people who are involved in the business, like crew trainer, crew chief, these people who are already in the low level. So if they are promoted to crew chief, then they will be given a chance to go to the management level position. So this is also a success and development. They are giving people are given for an opportunity to continue is established. Let the people to involve in the business. Yeah. So as a result, they will involve in the business. They will contribute. They will be loyal in the business. They will be loyal in the business. As a result, they will contribute to the business. Profitability will be increased. Cost effectiveness will be there. Survival, definitely the organization will survive, and also employee loyalty will be increased. Yeah. I discussed these things. Training needs can be categorized. We also discussed these things. Just for the notes, just read it. Okay, I put all these things just for the notes. Yeah. Employee orientation. As I said at the beginning, people will get orientations through the training. Employee orientation ensures new employees know and understand company policies and procedures. So this will be given at the beginning. Yeah. Onboarding, when employees are hired, so they will be informed and also socialized. The certain work culture is there. Okay, these things will be communicated through the training. Okay. In the training, knowledge is shared. So what are the knowledges we have? There are two types of knowledge. One is tacit knowledge and explicit. Other one is explicit knowledge. What do you mean by knowledge? Knowledge is facts, information, skilled, acquired by a person through experience or education. That is what we call knowledge. So knowledge is acquired. So we have to acquire knowledge. Basically, knowledge is mostly the informations. Knowledge is information. Yeah. If you have the information, meaning that we have knowledge. If you don't have information, we are not knowledgeable. So basically, we get more information, facts, information, sometimes skills. We have to get these things through experience or education. If we get experience, through experience, that kind of knowledge is called tacit knowledge. If you get the knowledge through education, that knowledge is called explicit knowledge. Do you understand these two things, two terms? Tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge. We can get information, skills, yeah, knowledge and idea in two ways. One way through education, like training, yeah, development, these things, we can get it. Or like seminar, workshops, we can give, let the people, especially the schools, yeah, people are educated. In the organizations, people are educated. So education will be given through certain system. That kind of knowledge is explicit knowledge. Tacit knowledge, we get knowledge through learning, by practicing, through experience. So if a person gets knowledge through experience, that is what we call tacit knowledge. Okay, do you understand these two terms? Tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge. Why I put these things? Because training gives knowledge to the people. Through the training, people can get tacit knowledge and also explicit knowledge. Okay, we already discussed these things. And a learning organization embraces a culture of lifelong learning, enabling all employees to acquire and share knowledge. So when we set up the learning system in the organizations, so this will help the organizations, in the employee. There will be a culture. Yeah, the culture will be established through which lifelong learning will be established. So let the employees to learn continuously. They can acquire knowledge. They can share knowledge through learning. So learning is important. So when we train people, there is a model. There is a model for training people. Yeah. So that what we call ADDI training model. Okay. A is what we have to analyze. D is design. Another D is develop. Yeah, development, and then we have to implement. Then finally evaluate. Yeah. So this is what we call ADDI training model. First, we have to establish why we want to give a training. So what is the objective behind the training that we are going to give? What is the need arised? What is the skill gap we have found out? So we have to understand why we are going to give the training. Then create a strategy, how we are going to, that is what we call design. So we have to design our training system. Then develop a content. We have to develop what are the subject area that we are going to cover, what the knowledge that we are going to share, what is the ultimate things that we are going to give to the employees and deliver. We have to share them. Finally, after the training, we have to measure how effective the training was. Yeah, what exactly the employee got because of the training. So these things should be analyzed through the training model. Okay, do you understand these things? In the flow chart, we can give this training process. Right. Up to now, we learned why we need training, what is training, what is the uses of training. These things we discussed. Now we are discussing the model. Yeah. What is the model we can have for training? ADDI. What do you mean by, what is the stand for ADDI? A, analyzing things which is needed for the training. Then we have to design the training. Yeah, then develop the training. So develop what are the contents we need. Then finally we have to deliver it and measure it, evaluate it. So do you understand these points? The concept. Okay, good. Fine. Okay, now training process. When we train as ADDI model, but the same thing is here. First of all, before we start the training should be aligned with, this is important. The training should give something to the organization at the end. Yeah. So organizational mission, vision, values should be aligned. So why we have to train? At the end of the training, employee should get something. As a result of that, organization should get something. So organizational mission, vision, values should be considered, and the need should be assessed. The organizational analysis. Why? What if, for example, if an organization wants to introduce certain things, right? At the time, there's a need for training. If there are new tasks to be introduced, there is a need for training. If there are certain things connected to the people, so definitely there is a need of training. So need should be assessed. Yeah. Then learning, we have to design it. Learning objective. What is the learning objective? What are the lessons that we are going to give, and where we are going to have the training? So these things should be designed. Then this training has to be given. So implementation will be there. When we train, what is the method that we are going to adapt? What are the types of the training that we are going to follow? Right? At the end, we have to evaluate how the training affected. What is the reactions? What are the learnings? What are the behavior change? What are the results we got because of the training? So these things should be considered when we train people. This is the training process should be followed. Yeah, should follow. We have to follow. Yeah. Do you have anything to say here? Any questions? So under training, we have to understand these things. If you are going to train, This is the training process. Need assessment, then design, then implement and evaluate. We can say ADDI, so analyze, then what? The second D, design, third D, deliver, that is implement, deliver, then E, evaluate. Yeah. So I already discussed these things. We can have, if you want to, you can see after assess. Organizational as analysis should be done. Okay, task analysis should be done. KSA. What do you mean KSA? KSA needed to perform the work. What do you mean by that? Anybody? A mean knowledge. S mean skill. A mean attitude. Yeah. KSA. KSA needed to perform the work means not needed for the work. Okay. So task analysis should be there. So KSA needed to perform the work required. And what is the other one? Employees current KSA. So what is his knowledge, current knowledge, skills and attitude? So the required one and the current one should be analyzed. What is the knowledge, skills, attitudes he is having? What is the knowledge, skills, attitude he has to have? So the gap will be there. So that gap should be bridged, should be shortened. So because of the training, you will have to minimize the gap. Okay, task analysis will be there. And also the person analysis. The person analysis involves deciding which employees actually needed to participate in the training program. So you have to understand to whom we have to send for training. Can we send all the people for training? No. We have to identify the people already. There are two types of people who are already talented. Okay. Already who are talented, and also the people, talented people will be there, but they don't have interest in getting training. Or the people who are interested in personal development and also they perform, they have an involvement in the business. So we can train the people and bring the people up. So these people will be more loyal to the organization. They will perform well and they will bring something to the organization. As a result, organizational performance will be increased. So we have to identify what person we have to send, who are the people can be sent, what are the tasks we are going to cover, and what is ultimately what is the organization is going to get. So these are the things we have to assess under assessment. Okay, then we have to design. So when we design the training, definitely we have to design the program. When we design the program, we have to go for the objective of the training. What is the objective? What are the lessons that we are going to cover? So how it is going to incorporate with the principles of learning. Yeah, we have to think about these things. Okay, when you deliver the training, there should be a certain way we can deliver. So how are we going to implement the training? So we can use visual things, auditory things, kinesthetic things. What do you mean by kinesthetic? Visual, auditory, and kinesthetic.
By demonstrating.
Yeah, kinesthetics connected with our actions. Yeah, we let the people, we will give some activities. Through activities, people learn. The teacher will give some actions. Through the action, we will learn. The people will learn. And auditory, they will listen to some audios through which they will learn. For video, people can learn. So, mode of the training, how we are going to, style of the training, how we are going to give the people training. So, this should be understood and also implemented. Okay. So training means facilitating. So we are going to give the facilitations, whatever things the people want to learn, it should be prepared and skill should be facilitated. Yeah. And finally, the training should be evaluated. So after implementation, finally it has to be evaluated. Okay. So we can get the feedback from the employees. From the feedback, we can understand how well the training was delivered. How we have already set the objective. Yeah, we achieved those objectives because of the training. So what is the reactions? So we have to understand. Okay, what is the reaction? We said there are certain things we have to identify. So reaction, learning, behavior, and results. This is important. Yeah, reaction. As a result of the training, what he got it and how he impact in his work. So what he learned at the end of the training and how it helped him to change his behavior. So as a result, do we have organizational profitability? So do we have the service improve? Do our service improve? As as a result of the training, is there any improvement in the business? Is there anything organization benefited? Is it help? Did this training help the organization to grow? Yeah. And is there any impact on profitability or organizational organizational growth or profitability or effectiveness or performance, we can say like that. So how it affected. So you have to think about this. We can evaluate by giving a certain questionnaire or by having some kind of interview or personal discussion. Yeah, we can see the people how they perform before the training and after training. What is their attitude, behavior, skill, knowledge before the training and after the training. So if we see that, definitely we can understand this training is effective. So because of the training is performing means the training has given something to the employee. So this is important. Okay. So what are the training methods we have? Different training methods are there. We can say on-the-job training methods and off-the-job training methods. Okay. Now we are moving to the next one. This is a very important area. We have to understand the training. Okay. On-the-job training, off-the-job training. So until now, I have talked about what is training, what is the training process, okay, why we need training, everything. Have you understood all? Now, before we go into the methods of the training,
Yes.
if you have any question, you can ask me. I asked, no more questions. Vasundhara, do you have anything to say? I discussed certain things. Okay, training should, because of the training, the employee should have something, yeah, that will contribute to his personal things and organizational things. Yeah, before the training, we have already certain analysis. After the training, we should have some evaluations. Yeah, we analyze things, then finally we evaluate things. So if you do this, definitely the training will help something, yeah, to the organization and to the people. So do you understand the process? Okay, Vasundhara, clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so now shall we enter the next subject? Is it boring? Basically, this is theory. I have to. Is it boring, or do you want to say something? You can make. Tell me how can we make more effective. You can put. Give me inputs. I'm trying to involve everybody to understand and get your ideas also. Elaine, you didn't talk to today. Okay. Do you understand the concept of the training?
Yes. My signal very bad today, so I didn't hear very clearly in generally.
Okay.
So yeah, but I read. So sorry for that. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Good. Yeah, Rahma. So do you have anything to say?
No, it's clear.
It's clear. Okay. So we need training, right? So because of the training, organization can survive. Okay. Now let's move to the subject. Next subject is on-the-job training and off-the-job training. These are the training methods adopted. Okay. On-the-job training. If you go to on-the-job training, you can see certain things. We will hire the people, okay, and then we will give the training to the people in the organizations. These training, they will be given the station training. You know the station training. Have anybody trained in the stations here? Station training, anybody got station training? Yeah, Arsalan said, who said, I think Raymond said he got a training. So anybody, who else got station training, on the job training? In your organization? Okay. So job rotations. You know, what do you think about job rotations? We will discuss one by one. Anybody, anyone? Shadowing. What is that shadowing? Yeah, Salva. Shadowing. What is that shadowing?
So basically, shadowing is that like we have a new joiner, and we have an employee who's already working. So we will assign that employee, that the joiner will sit or will just observe, okay, the employee.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Yeah.
Until
so he will learn through observation, right? Observe who is assigned. So from him, he will learn things. If he does mistake, he will capture the mistake, he will repeat it, right? Because he is not instructed, he's learning through observation. Am I right? If the person assigned to him as a trainer, if he does mistake, the person who follows, will repeat what he sees. Yeah? Shadowing, sometime good, sometime bad. We will discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages, all these things. Job rotations. Anybody can explain about the job rotation? Is there any job rotation in your organizations or the station you work? Anybody can share? Yeah. Rahma, can you tell me?
Job rotation is like to keep on moving or changing the employee between different positions and different tasks, like to promote his promote the experience and value.
Different stations, yeah.
Different positions or different stations.
Yeah, and it will help us, the person, to avoid boring, right? Being in same station every day. the whole year. Yeah. Do you think it's interesting or boring? If you sit always in the reception continuously, there are certain jobs you have to sit. Yeah, no option for you. These people will be bored. That's why if you go to McDonald's, you can't see this. Yeah, cashier, there is no fixed cashier. But some stations there are fixed cashiers. There is no any job rotation to them. Yeah, why can't we send the cashier to sales area and talk to the customer? Put the people who are already talking to the customer, bring the cashier. Why? What's wrong? What's the problem? Yeah. Why we need to hire people for cashier? The organization, why they need bring people to cashier? I'm asking. You can think about this. We hire people for example, for supermarket, we hire people. Yeah, there are some merchandisers, there are some salesmen, there are some cashiers. Yeah. Why can't we rotate these people, get the service in order to let the people involved in the business, and by rotating them, having a job rotation? What do you say? Is it good? Fixing your station. They are fixing the station. Let the people to stay. Sometimes the merchandiser who will be there, the organization, he will put things here and there. After that, he will not be there. He will be sleeping, or he will go outside and he's not caring about anything. Why can't we get the people involved in the business and maximize the resources? Job rotation is the best thing. What do you say? Training will make that feasible, possible. Am I right? We can make employees more productive. We can make our employees productive. Yeah, Raymond, you have any question? Yeah.
No, sir, not question, but feedback regarding the job rotation. So if we keep the person on one place only, they will be expert on that specific station. So, for example, cashier, of course, this is sensitive. They will not have mistake in giving the change or calculating the money like that. Same thing with manager. They can be expert on their area, but job rotation, like you mentioned, will give them multiple experience on job roles, different job roles. But training will be very important because
now we are thinking about, Raymond, you're right. We need people experience in calculation things, right? Definitely, I understand. You're right. The people who are capable, yeah, already working in as a merchandiser, already they are there as a helper, already they are there. Why can't we give a training and let the people rotate in the job? Then we can utilize the resource, right? And the people saying, maybe today he's in the cashiering, the next day he will go do merchandising, the other day he will go and help in the service area to the customer. Do you think it will be interesting or boring to the people who are working? No, this is my we are discussing now. This is one we are discussing.
Yes, sir.
Job rotation.
So it can be helpful, sir. Benefitful.
There are disadvantages. I agree. There are disadvantages, but involvement, job involvement will be there. The boring will be removed. People will be more interested in the job. Yeah. And also, we will not have any shortage, yeah, the organization. People can perform everywhere. This is what happening in McDonald's. That's why I'm putting this point here. McDonald's, the people, all the people work, all the stations, not every day. They will be rotated. So this job rotation is very crucial to let the people involved in the business and motivate people to continue their job. And people will not leave the organization if you rotate the people in the job, because every day they are not going to work the same station. So there will, the boring will be, the boring will be removed. So they will get more access with some, they will get more knowledge. They will get, this training will help. Job rotation definitely will give something. Yeah. So through job rotation, people will learn. Am I right? And also coaching and mentoring. So anybody can you tell me about the mentoring and coaching? Okay, what do you mean coaching and teaching and training? So there are three words I'm telling. Teaching, coaching, training. Can you, anybody define me? Coaching. Vasundhara, can you tell me what is teaching, what is coaching, and what is training? So can you define these three?
I'm not really sure, but
okay.
I think teaching is
because we are talking about the training. Yeah, we should understand the difference. What the difference between teaching, coaching, and training?
I'm not sure exactly.
Oh, what do you know about? You can share. No problem. It's okay. Just
I think coaching has to come from a kind of expert on the subject.
Okay. Expert in the subject. Okay.
Yeah, it has to come from a some expertise. It has to come with expertise. But mentoring, I'm not sure about it.
Okay, so mentoring, let's leave that. I put the 3 points, 3 keywords. Yeah, teaching, coaching, training. Yeah, Raymond, you raised your hand.
Yes, sir. I believe for me, my interpretation on the teaching is like one way. You just immediately give the information to the student. Yes, it's like giving information to the student. Coaching is that the coach will observe how the student is doing and will guide necessary accordingly based on the performance.
Yeah,
it's like correcting what is being done to improve further. Then training is a repetitive action to embed the correct skill required to be able to, to perform as per requirement. These are my ideas.
Okay, good. So you have understanding about these things. Yeah, good. Arsalan, you wanted to tell me something, right? You opened the mic already. You want to say anything? Yeah. Okay, Elaine.
Okay. My understanding with coaching is this, I know there are some coaches especially doing this, and they are actually, you can raise your, the coaching is different, depend on direction, sometimes for the job, sometimes also for their mentor or other ways. So they're including much wider, not only for the career side. And normally they have professionals to, you can, they don't give you result. they're leading you the way that you found by yourself. So that's what coaching about. So training is basically give you the target to tell you what to learn. That's called, that's a training, I understand. Mentoring is very different. Mentoring is only happened in the career, in the job. Normally in the organization, the people have been worked in the organization for many years. They can guide for the new people join, or for some specialties. So that's mentoring.
Yeah.
As I understand.
Okay. So, yeah, good. You have a very good understanding. Okay. As Elaine said, basically, let's have a picturing. Yeah, easy to understand. We can have a picture in your mind. Football. Yeah, Qatar is preparing for football tournament. Yeah, it's a World Cup tournament. Yeah, fine. There will be in the football, or the cricket, always we see who? Coach. Yeah. What the coach does. Yeah, he will show everything, right? He will show everything. Yeah. Through practice, everything he will teach through practical. Everything practical. Teacher, what he will do in the classroom? Now am I doing practice? Am I giving you practicing? Just sharing knowledge. Teacher is the person sharing knowledge to the student. What the people will learn, what is about. Yeah, knowledge is shared. Generally, the teaching, mostly knowledge is gained. But coaching, the people will get mostly the skills. They will practice skills. Knowledge is there, and also you will get more practice. The coach will always put you, let the people to act how he acted. So he wants something as expected, the person should perform. Yeah, he will always be behind him and let people to perform as he expects. Yeah, until that point he will be there, and he will show again and again, let the people to practice. That is coaching. Yeah, and training. In the training, both will be there. Training, there will be teaching, and there will be coaching. Am I right? If you are going to give a training, first we have to teach. We have to give the knowledge, and then we have to coach up. Yeah, coaching. First, we will sit the person, we will take the person to the classroom, we will give all the knowledge and things, the teaching will be there. And then we will take to the station, we will coach up. Yeah, we will teach and then coach. So ultimately, because of the teaching and coaching, he is trained. Yeah, the training is there. Do you have anything to say more than this? In my understanding, I'm telling you, training includes both teaching and coaching. If you include two together, you are training people. If you only teach, you will give knowledge. If you only coach, you will focus on skills. But the training, you have to bring both teaching, coaching together. You will bring those things in the training. So trainer will be appointed. So he will teach first and then coach. Then ultimately the people will be trained. Okay, understood? Selva, am I right? So just for the concept I discussed. Off-the-job training. Off-the-job training, yes. Here, generally, the trainings are there. It's like a teaching training. Yeah, off-the-job, mostly lecturing, seminars, kind of teaching training. Yeah, the teacher, most of the time, teaching will happen. Yeah, e-learning or lecturing or seminar, workshop, yeah, role play. This role play, there will be some kind of coaching. So outdoor training, there will be some kind of coaching. Okay. On the job training, off the job training. Off the job training is not in the job, outside of the job. We outside the station, we will take outside and knowledge through. It's a part of training. Okay. On the job training occurs on the job, where employees have the opportunity to acquire skills, experience directly related to the job role. The main purpose of the training is to follow instructions. Therefore, it is important that individuals can listen and take notes when giving instructions. So anyone from trainer, a supervisor or co-worker can be an instructor, providing they have the relevant capabilities to train the employees. Right, mentoring. I didn't explain about the mentoring. Yeah, mentoring is the person basically, as who said that one? Elena, I think. Yeah, Elaine said that correctly. The person who is already experienced in the business, maybe the manager, senior manager. If a person becomes a manager, so he will work with the senior manager, right? He will learn things from the senior manager, right? He will guide him. He will give some certain methods, certain knowledge, skills. So he will share things and let the person to perform like him. Yeah, mentorship. So he will. It's a casual way. It's like a very strict. He is not going to be very strict, but he will motivate and guide the person time to time. Let the person to perform as he performs. Such a way he will guide. Yeah, the mentor will. We need a mentor in life if you want to come up in life. Especially if you are doing a business, definitely you need a mentor. Without the mentor, sometimes we will suffer because we have people experienced. We get experienced things from the person assigned as a mentor, right? So mentorship will help us to get experience. Okay. On the job, there are advantages and disadvantages. Yeah. On the job instructions, cost effective, economical. Yeah, definitely. At the same time, disadvantages are there. Bad habits, working techniques can be passed through the trainer. Inexperienced things can be transferred. Yeah, if the person is inexperienced, it is transferred. And trainee receive immediate feedback and improvement can be there. Advantage on the job, immediately he can see, he can perform. So there is something can be learned immediately. Establishment of better work relationships there. Trainer, instructor, there is a very good coordination. There will be a cooperations. There will be a very good communications, understanding, mutual respect will be there. And training is specific and its purpose. Transfer of learning is high. So what achieved through this on-the-job training? Definitely on the station, practical everything is there. If it is a large group, very big crowd, on-the-job training is not possible. Individually, we can have. So we can train people on the job, but if it is a big crowd, if you want to train, it's not possible. Take one station and showing things. Yeah. So that is the disadvantage. And shadowing, as we said, we need to give the people, let the people to observe. Yeah. Observe the activities, roles and responsibilities performed. Okay. This allows employees to fully involve in the job. They may require to act assistants and carry out the routine tasks. They will follow and act. Shadowing also provide opportunity for employees consider whether the job suits their skills and capabilities. Sometimes he can judge whether I can do or not, whether this job is good for me or not. So by shadowing, by observing, he can come to know. And shadowing, there are advantages and disadvantages. Okay, observer can gain experience. Observer has the opportunity to develop relationship with the team and opportunities for future employment. And observer can take part in the task. So these are the advantages. At the same time, there are disadvantages, like sometimes observer can learn bad things from the people who observe. Yeah, at the same time, sometimes there is demotivating things happens. Yeah, we can just read it. Job rotation, I discuss this more here. Job rotation allows trainees to experience different roles, different positions within the organization. Like the person who is there in the sales, now he is coming to cashiering. So he learns what is cashiering about. The cashier, he goes to sales. Now he learns about the sales. The person who is merchandising things, arranging according to expirations, arranging things. So now he is coming as a sales person. So he learns about the sales. Job rotations, let the people to rotate in the job. So it will help let the employees to become more effective. Yeah, capabilities is possible, and the broaden training understanding of the business operation. Now we can get the trainee, get the person can learn about business operations. So he will not be sitting in one station. He will learn the total operation and generate more ideas, more innovations. Sometimes the person who is sitting as a can you see my screen? Hello?
We can't see the screen.
We cannot see anything.
Yeah, we cannot. You are on mute.
Okay, now can you
Yes.
see the screen? Yeah, fine. Okay. So we discussed about the job rotations. There are definitely many advantages. Yeah, people have more opportunities to learn if you rotate, and the organization can benefit more through the job rotations. Yeah, there are opportunities to develop new skills, knowledge, experience, and for different job roles. Yeah, and increase the productivity, as job rotation prevents boredom. Yeah, allows employees to fill the other jobs. Sometimes people will absent, but when we rotate the job, they will come because it's interesting. Yeah, the person who is already, as I said, the merchandiser, he is only put things in the shelf. Yeah, If we put him move to sales, then it will be more interesting to him. So he will feel that he is empowered. Yeah, helps management identify the hidden talents. The people, sometimes the merchandiser has a very good talent in selling things. So when we put him to station to selling, yeah, he will sell more things. Sometimes he will have some skills, knowledge connected with the cashiering. But he came as a merchandiser. So let put when we give a chance to work as a cashier, he will perform well. He will handle things very more effectively than the person who already done. So we can identify people. The potentials can be identified. So this is good, no? Job rotation. What do you say? HR. So in the future, when we can bring people, we can grow people this way through the training. Yeah, job rotation training is very good training. At the same time, there are disadvantages. Yeah, interrupt working patterns. Normally, the cashier is working in his pattern. So sometimes we interrupt costly to train employees for different job sorts. So we have to give a continuous training. So it is a cost, and also have a negative impact sometimes. Sometimes some people doesn't want to work like that. Yeah. And constant job rotation may impact on quality also sometimes. So there are experts already on certain area. This expertism is removed. So the experts, we can put the expert on the high volume. Yeah. In the low volume, we can rotate. So in order to cover up this. Yeah. If it is high volume, we have to put people expert, but low volume, we can rotate the people and let the people to learn in the station. This is what happening in McDonald's. The expert during the rush hours, there will be experts on each stations. If it is low volume, they will put, for example, cashier will go to kitchen guy will come to cashiering. So that kind of things are happening in McDonald's. Yeah, projected training. Trainees may sometimes take part in special projects. There are certain projects, so he will be trained. There are advantages and disadvantages. We can read it. Through experience, we can get the training. Experience, the process of often used by job training. Learning takes place by doing. Yeah, when you do something, then learn. We said that what kind of knowledge we get, that implicit knowledge. Yeah. The method can mostly effective if followed by other training methods. So you can use through the experience people are learning. Mentoring and coaching, yes, I discussed already. Off the job courses, lecturing and seminars are there. People can learn. Okay, role plays and behavior modeling, games, these things also will help us, will help the people to learn. So if we give a role and let the people act in the role, then he will get more clarity what he is going to do. Right? For example, if I say, let's imagine you are a cashier. So now you have been appointed as a cashier. How you perform your cashiering things, like giving the role, let the people to involve in that role, and it is more effective. The people can easily get the idea, easily catch the ideas. Yeah, it's good. The role plays or the best way for let the people to involve in certain things. So involvement will be increased. Okay, lecturing and seminars, attending the workshops and seminars will help. And there are games, business-related games will help the people to learn. Sometime outdoor training can be given. Yeah, outdoor training. So these are the methods of training. Then we have to evaluate the training as we discussed about the ADDIE model. So evaluation phase. We have to consider whether the learners enjoy the course. That's important. Was the learning outcome achieved? So we already set the objective. have the objective achieved? You have to think about that. Has the training caused a perceived change in learner behavior? That's also very, very important. Is there any behavioral change as a result of the training? He got it. And did the training meet the organizational goal? So organizations spending a lot of money for training. So as a result of the investment they put for the training, is there any return? So that is very important. What the ultimately organization achieved.